Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll show you how I am using Nginx web server as a reverse proxy to host multiple different web apps in one single machine. At first, we'll explain it through the diagram that you see over here. And then I'm gonna go dive into the code and explain every line so that you can do exactly the same thing as me. So let's get started by looking at the diagram over here. So what I'm doing here is I have one domain, which is my name, irtizahafiz.com. And then I'm using multiple subdomains to route requests to different apps within the machine, right? So what exactly do I mean by that? Let's take a look. So over here, you're gonna see my personal website, which is hosted at irtizahafiz.com. And then I have my analytics of the website, which is being hosted in a subdomain called umami.irtizahafiz. And then I have my newsletter service, which is being hosted at newsletter.irtizahafiz.com. So coming back to the diagram, you can see that based on the subdomain, my Nginx web server is routing the request to the different instances that are running within the same machine. So for my website, which is hosted in irtizahafiz.com, I have a Next.js server running locally at a given port. And then for my Umami instance, it is a Docker container that is running on the same machine at a different port. Similarly, I have the ListMonk Docker container, which is essentially the newsletter service. It is being hosted again through Docker in a different port. And each of them is going to receive traffic based on which subdomain the incoming request is coming to. Okay. So once again, we have irtizahafiz.com, which is going to be routed to Next.js. We have umami.irtizahafiz, which is going to be routed to Umami. And I have newsletter.irtizahafiz, which is going to be routed to my ListMonk Docker container. And as you can see, all three of these are going to be accessible to you from the public internet. Okay. All right. So now that you know how the architecture looks like, let's dive into the Nginx config file to show you how exactly I'm doing this. So let's get started. So here's the code for my Nginx config file. This is, of course, being hosted in the same machine that you see over here. So whatever is running in this server, it's the exact same server that also has the Nginx config file that you're seeing over here. Yeah. The first thing I'm going to explain is how the Next.js part is working. So how the requests coming to irtizahafiz.com is being served by my Next.js server. So you see that over here in the first server block. By listen 443, what it's essentially doing is telling Nginx to listen to port 443, which is the HTTPS port of the machine. I'm explicitly looking for the irtizahafiz.com domain, and then every request that is coming to port 443 with the domain irtizahafiz.com or the host irtizahafiz.com, Nginx is going to proxy or forward the request to port 3000 in the local machine. So in the server where the Nginx config lives, which is going to be the server over here, the Next.js server is already running in that machine, but it's running at port 3000. All Nginx is doing is taking in the request that is coming with the domain irtizahafiz.com and forwarding it to port 3000. That's how the Next.js server is the one that's actually receiving the traffic. Okay. And the reason we have 443 is because we're only going to serve it in a SSL with an SSL certificate in port 443, which is our HTTPS port. Okay, So now that we know how this HTTP urtizahafiz.com is working, the other thing to also remember is how do we always make sure that we're serving this domain through port 443. That brings me to the next thing, which is what happens if when someone, let's see, so over here I'm gonna do https urtizahafiz.com. Okay, and I'm coming to the Nginx server just like it's supposed to work. What if I try to go to the not secure route, which is gonna be HTTP rather than HTTPS? Okay, so I'll do HTTP and then urtizahafiz.com. So again, I'm now being rerouted to the HTTPS version, to the secured version. And it's being done through Nginx again, where now you can see that with this server block, I'm listening to port 80, which is the HTTP port, not the HTTPS port. So I'm listening to port 80. Again, I'm listening for the urtizahafiz.com domain. And as long as the protocol used is HTTP, not HTTPS, I am redirecting the request to the HTTPS version. So what essentially is happening is when the request comes into port 80, this gets triggered and I'm doing a rerouting to the HTTPS version of the URL, which is essentially going to be the block over here. Okay, because it's the same urtizahafiz.com. If the request is coming to port 443, which is HTTPS, we execute this block and forward the request to Nginx. If the request is coming to port 80, which is the HTTP port, instead of forwarding the request to Nginx, I'm rerouting it or redirecting it to the HTTPS version, which is essentially this. And similarly to before, once the request is routed to port 443, it's being forwarded to localhost port 3000, which is where my Nginx server is running. Okay, so with that, hopefully the first block is clear. How requests coming to urtizahafiz.com, whether HTTP or HTTPS, is being forwarded to Nginx. Now the second thing we'll take a look at is Umami Docker. Okay, so Umami is the self-hosted Google Analytics alternative that I have running in the same machine. And we're going to use the exact same logic we used for urtizahafiz.com. Okay, so let's see. Now what I want to do is whenever a request from the public internet is coming to umami.urtizahafiz.com, so not urtizahafiz, which is going to Nginx, but umami.urtizahafiz, so a subdomain, right? I want my Nginx web server to forward that request to the Umami Docker container. Okay, instead of the Nginx container, we want to serve traffic to the Umami Docker container. Now, how are we doing it through Nginx? Let's take a look. So we're going to skip over this and go to the Umami part. Very similar to the Nginx website, we have a server block that is listening to port 443, so the secured port. But instead of listening for urtizahafiz.com, now we're listening for umami.urtizahafiz.com. Okay, so compare this to what we had over here. So port 443, but urtizahafiz.com, whereas for Umami, we have port 443 again, but instead of urtizahafiz, we have a subdomain called umami.urtizahafiz. After that distinction, it's almost exactly the same thing as you saw before. Whenever the request is coming to umami.urtiza, I am forwarding it to port 7001. Now, what is port 7001? That is where the Docker container with Umami is running in the local machine. Okay, so I'm taking in any request that is coming to the Umami subdomain and forwarding it to the port where the Umami Docker container is running. Very similar to Next.js, but this time it's running inside a Docker container. And if you go back here, you're gonna see we do the exact same thing. Any traffic that is coming to umami.urtizahafiz.com, but through HTTP rather than HTTPS, we are redirecting it to the HTTPS block. So whenever the request is coming into port 80, it's being essentially redirected to port 443. Again, for port 443 with umami.urtizahafiz.com, we're redirecting it to 7001, which is where Umami is being hosted. Okay, so we've covered the two parts here, and just to quickly take a look at Umami, you're gonna see we're in umami.urtizahafiz, and all the analytics are gonna be here. Pretty much what Google Analytics can give you, you can get the same thing with Umami, but in a much more private way. Okay, so the last part is gonna be the newsletter service that's also being hosted in the same machine. And the service is called ListMonk. I have it over here. You can see when someone's going to newsletter.urtizahafiz.com, you see the ListMonk UI. Of course, you need a username and password to be able to log in. But if right now you go to newsletter.urtizahafiz.com, you should get the login modal to kind of show you that it is working. Okay, so now for ListMonk, again, it's gonna be a little repetitive because we're gonna do the exact same thing as Umami. So let's take a look at the Nginx config. So for the Nginx config, you're gonna see over here, right? We'll have very, very similar thing. Again, we're listening to port 443, which is the HTTPS port. But now we're listening for the newsletter.urtizahafiz.com rather than umami.urtizahafiz or just urtizahafiz.com. Okay, so we're listening to the newsletter domain, and any request that is coming to port 443 with the subdomain newsletter, we're forwarding it to port 9000. Now, what is port 9000? This is where the ListMonk Docker container is running. Okay, so both our Umami instance and ListMonk instance are Docker containers. One is being hosted in, I believe, one is being hosted in port 7001, and newsletter is being hosted, or ListMonk is being hosted on port 9000. And then there's a few other config I'm using over here. You can just go over them, but essentially this is to make sure we are enabling CORS, which is a thing cross-origin request, so that my website, which is being hosted at urtizahafiz.com, can actually call the API, which is being hosted in a different subdomain. I can dig into that more later on, but hopefully you already understand how we can have multiple different subdomains be routed to multiple different Docker containers in the same machine. All right, so hopefully that was helpful. I will link maybe 2 or 3 blog posts in the description below. Those are blog posts that I recently wrote about how this whole thing is working. So if you want the Nginx code or a little bit of a more detailed breakdown of how this is working, just click through the link and read through the blog post. Hopefully that should be enough. If not, feel free to drop a comment and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, have a really good day and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.